sweet tea. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy King from South Florida's Agro Culture. Getting ready to make this video. Third attempt, by the way. This happens to be some organic sweet tea. Ice cold. Let me tell you something. That's just good for your soul, people. Alright, let's get into the video. Before I get into the video, I want to give a shout out to a couple of my viewers. One in particular who inspired me to do the video. She requested that I do a video on the soil I use in my vegetable garden. So shout out to Emily Bryson. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for requesting the video. And shout out to Kayla Richardson, who gave me some awesome tips on dealing with pests, ants in the garden. So without further ado, let's get into the video. This video is going to be on the soils I use to grow my vegetables and my fruit. So this soil right here is my base soil. This is what I start out with. This is Kellogg Organics raised bed and potting mix. It has so many good ingredients in the makeup of this soil that it is just unreal. Now, before I go any further, let me just state that I'm not saying that Kellogg is better than any other soil. I'm not putting it above any other potting mix or raised bed mix. You guys use whatever soil you would like. This is just, in my opinion, the soil that I like to use. So, just putting that out there. Also, you guys may see some books behind me, or on this desk, some pencils and stuff like that. This is my wife's classroom. She teaches my children. My children are homeschooled. So, yeah, you may see a few crayons or some books behind me. But anyway, let's get back into the video. Kellogg Organics. It has all types of ingredients in it. It has peat in it, peat moss. It has sand, ground dolomitic limestone, gypsum, organic fertilizers, humus, sphagnum. It has all of this in it. Perlite, cork, and more good ingredients in it as well. And if you're from up north, say Georgia or further north or west, like California or something like that, you may have bat guano in yours. You may have other different manures and other fertilizers and stuff in those ingredients. What I'm saying is this is a great base soil to start with, as far as I'm concerned. The next thing I use is black cow manure. This is the nitrogen booster to your soil. It's also very good for fertilizer as well. So I use 1/3 Kellogg, 1/3 black cow, and 1/3 coconut coir, which is an organic block of coconut coir, which is compacted together. And all you do is you put it in a bin or a wheelbarrow or a tub, and you fill it with water, and it soaks up the water. It expands, and it expands to like 10 times the size. So you have a whole tub of just wonderful coconut coir to add in with this potting mix and this cow manure. Then what I would do, I would put a 1/10 of perlite and a 1/10 of vermiculite, or a 1/10 of both, because perlite aerates the soil, and you're going to need soil aeration, because what coconut coir does is it retains moisture. So if you don't have any aeration in your soil and that moisture is being retained around those roots, it will drown your plants. So you need that aeration in the soil, which is why I recommend you use perlite. And vermiculite also holds moisture as well. So you want to make sure you put in some perlite. Even though it already has some perlite in it, when you start adding things like cow manure and coconut coir, you're gonna need more perlite in your soil. Just saying. Trust me. I also use some minerals known as azomite, which is volcanic rock dust. You want to put that on, you want to top layer your soil with that, maybe a couple of inches deep into the soil. You want to put that in preparation for transplanting or what have you. It will, trust me, give your plant some great minerals and nutrients that it needs. Now when it comes to moving on to the fertilization part, these are the three. The treacherous three, I call them. Fish and seaweed. 3-3-2. 3 parts nitrogen, 3 parts phosphorus, 2 parts potassium. This is a great for immediate release nutrients. This is great. All three of these are great. This will help with your leaf production. It'll help with when your plants are budding and fruiting. You definitely want to feed this every week or every 10 days, depending on the weather. If it rains a lot and you're growing in containers, you're going to want to use this every week, because what the rain does is it washes all the nutrients right out of the bottom of the pot, out of the soil. So you want to replenish those nutrients with these three right here. The second one is fish fertilizer, 5-1-1, 5 parts nitrogen, 1 part potassium, 1 part phosphorus. Great for leafy plants like brassicas, such as cabbages and collard greens, kale, chard, anything like that grows a lot of leaves. You want to use this. You want to give them a good bit of nitrogen. And then this is for the root growth. Liquid organic kelp. It's basically seaweed, organic seaweed. It helps with transplant shock, and it also gives you it reinforces the roots. So use these per specifications and you will get production, I guarantee you. But what I also found out, you don't want to use too much nitrogen in your garden, because nitrogen calls in the aphids. It literally calls in the pests. So you don't want to give too much nitrogen. I found that out by watching this guy, I forget his name, but the older guy, YouTube channel, and he had gone through the process of elimination and finding out about nitrogen and aphids. So just a tidbit I'm putting out there for you guys to watch how much nitrogen you're feeding your plants, because you will experience aphids, and I have experienced them out there. I'm going to make another video on that real soon. So hold on 1 second. Excuse me for a moment. Ooh, that is good for your soul. Excuse me. Now moving on to the extended release. Expert Organics, all-purpose plant food, vegetable and tomato. This is what I use when you're transplanting. Maybe a few inches beneath the transplant, you want to put a couple of quarter cups of this, depending on the size of your container. This is extended release. And by the time those roots get down in the soil from the new transplant, this will start feeding them. It'll have broken down, and it will begin to feed them. Now, when it comes to a more faster release than those export organics, I turn to this right here, down to earth. This, if I swore, I would swear by this. 12% nitrogen, 0 on the potassium and phosphorus. But this will give you leafy growth. It will, trust me, I've been using it for some years now. It's not super expensive. You can get it for probably $13, $14 a box. And trust me, it works. It works great. I use it all the time. And then here you go with the bone meal, fish bone meal, 3 parts nitrogen, 16 parts phosphorus, no potassium. When your plants are budding, getting ready to give you fruit, you want to give them this right here. Trust me, they will not let you down. It hasn't let me down. I live by these things right here. I keep me some of that. And I also tried this right here, Job's Organics bone meal, 2 parts nitrogen, 14 parts phosphorus, no potassium, but it is really strong. And I found out the hard way that it will burn your plants. It will burn the leaves up if you put too much of it. If you don't use it accordingly, look for your leaves to be burned. I thought my plant was dying, then I realized I put too much fertilizer. So use it as the specifications call for, or you will be sorry. Trust me. I learned through life experience. I'm trying to give you the easy way out by showing you and telling you not to overdo it. So that's the whole gist of it right there. This right here. You use these products in the right way. And by the way, you fertilize, if you want to do this, these side dressings with the blood meal and the bone meal, you want to side dress once a month. Your plants will thank you for it. You'll thank your plants as well, because they'll produce fruit for you and give you a great harvest. Another quick tip: if your plant, say you plant cucumbers and they start growing a couple of cucumbers, you may see 2 or 3 cucumbers on the vine. What you want to do is harvest those 2 or 3 cucumbers as quickly as possible. Maybe when they're like that. Don't wait till they're long and big. Harvest them when they're, maybe a few days old, when they've gotten about that big, about 5 or 6 inches. And your plant will trigger something in your plant where it tells the plant you need to grow more cucumbers or more tomatoes or whatever. It triggers that in the plant, so it'll give you a bigger harvest. Just a little quick tip for you guys out there. So, not to keep the video super long, I'm going to go ahead and put it into this video. And again, I want to give a shout out to Emily Bryson for requesting this video. Shout out to Kayla for those great tips you gave me. And I'm going to read this Bible verse that I like to read. This is one of my favorite verses. Matthew 24, 3 through 5. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Christ answered them and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So that's one of my favorite verses. Be not deceived. But I'm not here to deceive you. I'm telling you exactly what I do, exactly how I do it. And even though gardening is a handful at times, if you stay on top of it and just let the garden grow, you will receive a yield. So with that being said, I'm going to end the video so you know how I do. Always put the Most High first in everything that you do. Allow Him to order your steps, and I promise you that everything will work out just fine. I'm King, South Florida's agriculture. Like the video, share the content, comment down below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can with the comments. And subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and I guarantee you everything will be just fine. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off this sweet tea, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.